I know reading ain't your forte strength, big man, so read this carefully and slowly. First, break in the Janitorio's jewelers on Whaler Street. Back door, after midnight. The owner lives in the flat above, so be fast about it. No need to be quiet. Second, steal something. Anything. We don't care. Third, break the latch of the window next to the door. We'll be using that to break in and steal the real loot the next night. You'll get half share of that loot. Signed, Dalton. Last night's break-in has me shaken. It was obviously a threat, but from who? A former customer? People need to get over themselves, so they feel swindled because they didn't read the contract, and suddenly they're all sensitive about it. It's not my fault they're stupid, but now they're threatening me. Look, if they want the shop gone, they can have it gone. I have good insurance now, and this place needs a renovation. I'll tell Misfortune's men that it was that gang of former jagged hooks. They're bad enough in this part of town. I'd be doing the city a favor pinning it on them. I've moved all the valuables out of the shop and rigged small powder kegs to all the doors and windows. If they try to break in again, they're gone. Raffin, our investigation of the Janitorio explosion is complete. No joy, I'm afraid the jagged hooks didn't do this job. It was the owner himself, actually, and the explosions appear to have come from small powder kegs he rigged to all the doors and windows. We dug up the notes on his previous report. He said an onion was stolen? Not sure why anyone took that seriously. Sounds like a botch attempt to case the shop. Turned into insurance fraud. Whoever triggered the traps got away safely, because Janitorio had no idea how to rig a short fuse. We've detained him for risking fire in the city center. Let me know if the captain wants to make an example of this clown. Signed, Foreword. The surgeon suggests that I write down my account and discard it, give my fears form and let them go. I'm willing to try anything before madness takes me. It was the end of a long voyage. We were a convoy of 4 ships, coming finally home to port in Bilgewater. At the last moment a storm came upon us, and we battened hatches. The black swells were tall and icy, but a bolt of thunder illuminated a shadow beneath, a giant of a sea, clad in iron. No one else saw it, but I did. That nightmare had eyes that burned like coal. Then the first ship splintered. A massive hook, an anchor, was embedded midship of the gale runner. There was a sound like a cannonade as the hull cracked wide open. Panic followed. We lost 2 more vessels. Those who could still clamber took to their longboats and abandoned our injured on deck. I heard them screaming as the waves closed over them. I swear by my only son, I am now married to the land. Grand General, we have arrived in Bilgewater and it was as I warned. It reeks of gore and unwashed bodies. The stench alone would overwhelm lesser folks. Loris and I observed Lady Elise and her followers' movements, but they've yet to depart for the Shadow Isles. Loris noted some of Elise's followers seemed on edge, so I took the opportunity to interview one. He seemed apprehensive, shaken by their journey ahead. Yet as soon as the lady returned, he was swept into a reverie, like a calf before the slaughter. Their vessel departs in the morning, and I have hired a captain to trail them to port. I hope this letter makes it safely to your hands, Grand General. The courier I hired seems excited at the prospect of working for Noxian coin. Signed, War Mason Tethys. Hey, Westy, I know you've never carved up a Luugyfish before. It's dangerous, but I'm still alive for sure. Ha! Here's how I do it safe. Step 1, clean outside of the fish. Put the blue goo back in the ocean. Step 2, take the sharpest knife the foreman will give you and cut the brain case open with one big chop. Step 3, brain now tries to get out. Fight/wrestle it. Step 4, brain is actually second animal you don't need. You can kill it anytime, not safe for eating though. Step 5, Luugyfish starts to get very hot. Dump everything in a vat of seawater. Step 6, do not breathe steam. Step 8, collect organs. Do not breathe steam now either. Step 9, if anyone breathes steam, you gotta kill them. Remove second animal 2. Repeat whole process. Do not breathe steam, or you will also get the second animal. Love you, Westy. Please don't breathe the steam. God just keep you safe. What the fuck did I just read? Shopping for this week. A dozen cork bird eggs. Fresh flour. Old flour got weevils. Saltfish. Whatever the slaughter dogs wants to get rid of. Cork bird carcass for stock. Peppercorns. Vegetables. Whatever is available. He won't eat it anyways. Whale lard. Matches. Lamp oil. William's heart medicine. Rat poison. Black dress. Wine. Note to self. Get good wine. It'll be a celebration. Oh, no. I finally convinced Torval to let me transcribe some of his recipes. It took some doing, and I'll be working extra shifts at the kitchen for weeks, but finally I'll be able to snap open that grumpy crawdad's mind and write something down. He promised not to leave anything out either, as long as I bring him grog at each sitting. I had to sign a contract that I wouldn't publish the recipes or open my own restaurant until he's dead, but he's mostly lard and smokes like a chimney, so I shouldn't have to wait long. I'll have to make sure to ask him for the following recipes: coconut hagfish, prawn pralines, bilge rice, hot brine, and his mysterious soul sauce. I can't wait! The coconut hagfish. The coconut hagfish. A delicious combination of crunchy fried coconut exterior and chewy, rich hagfish underneath. Can be served with a sweet chili sauce or his famous soul sauce for dipping. Prepare your hagfish by cleaning, skinning, and deboning the hagfish. Be sure to rinse thoroughly at each stage and as needed, as the fish exudes a viscous mucus layer constantly. Chop meat into large bites. In a dish, crack 3 seagull eggs and mix. In another dish, stir together 1 part flour, 1 part shredded coconut, 1 part hardtack crumbs, a spoon or 2 or salt of pepper, coat fish chunks in egg, and then the dry mixture, setting aside. Heat a skillet of cooking oil deep enough to fry. Cook chunks in oil until golden brown, turning them sometimes. Remove chunks and dry on a cloth. Catfish can be used instead of hagfish if needed. Prawn pralines, the sweetheart of all dock workers. Another one of Chef Torval's most famous foods. Shrimp for dessert? Yes, please. Shell, clean, behead, and remove the tails of enough prawns to fill your cooking dish. Chop up prawns to be bite-sized, if necessary. Sprinkle with salt and mix. Use a bottle of cheap bold wine, adding to a sauce pot with a couple cups of sugar, boiling until it is a syrup. Sprinkle some chopped parsley onto the prawns before then carefully pouring the wine caramel sauce over prawns in your cooking dish. Arrange and pack the prawns so that they are evenly covered in the sauce. Place in a hot oven, uncovered. Stir often to prevent caramel from settling. Monitor carefully until the meat gets a lacquered sheen of sugar and then immediately remove. Serve in a bowl, hot. Dearest brother, my dreams are coming true. Adam's asked for my hand in marriage. Who could have guessed that a longshoreman's daughter like me could take the hand of a Demacian lord? It's as they say, anything is possible in Bilgewater, particularly if the River King is involved. You see, to Adam, I was always a wealthy merchant's daughter. The River King is taking care of it. His is a good blessing for a wedding, and don't protest. The plans are already coming together. Adam's family will take care of most of it. My portion comes through in inheritance from my merchant father. The River King's provided that for me too. Problem is, for all Adam knows, I'm an only child. I can't have you at the wedding, and we probably won't talk for some time. If you love me, you'll understand. You have your slaughter docks, and I have this. Take care, and have fun working the docks, dear brother. Signed, Melissa. Thona. The blade breakers and the twice drowned got into a battle right on our canal. 2 boatloads of men each. Captain Fortune's men got the better of the twos. They dumped a dozen bodies over the side as tribute. The bloody water drove the wharf rats into a frenzy, and razor sharks are still circling the docks. Air thick with bullets, no customers for meat pies. Took my cart back to the warehouse. Thona was steamed. Can't blame her. Curse this war. Curse this Captain Fortune. Signed, Tolks. Gabe. The blade breakers took half of our profits and most of our salted meat. I hate those bastards almost as much as I hate Captain Fortune. We should go hunting till this all comes down. I'll be at the place. Bring your hooks and spears. I'll be borrowing a couple of crossbows. We can go for some smaller prey. Bring it back to harbor under a tarp. Don't tell the staff where you're headed. Don't want this to slip out to any of the gangs, or they'll come after us here too. Signed, Thona. Thona, the twice drowned came today. They figured out we started hunting again, so they wanted protection money and dog fees. I told them we gave it to the blade breakers. They got angry and smashed everything. They beat Cal and Nani black and blue. My head's ringing too. Mekov got hurt real bad. He can't see or talk. I'm gonna see if they can help him at Harbors. Come as soon as you can. Signed, Gabe. Gabe and Thona. I hope you safe. The fights between the blade breakers and the Tisk drowned got out of hand. I serve on 2 boats for coming to employ. Seen a lot. But the neighborhood is too dangerous. Now, even for me. Fights most days. Most house and shop near all burned down. Sorry I but go. You nice bosses be safe. Signed, Nani. Thona. The blade breakers had a new stash out by Slimefish Cove. When you get this note, hang a red jacket in your window. Then I'll lead the twice drowned to the spot, while you warn the blade breakers that the twice drowned are coming. Hopefully the bastards will kill each other off. Kai, Mekov, and the others will be waiting to clean up the survivors and take the loot. Signed, Gabe. Thona, I'm sorry, I thought your brother would be able to handle a blade better. Gabe went down fighting. I returned him to the waters and said a prayer to Nagakaboros, like he'd want. I know it's bitter news, but the plan worked. The twice drowned and the blade breakers cut each other up bad. Your brother wasn't the only one to die. We still have a share of loot for you. It can't make up for anything, but it can help get your family through this time. You've been good bosses to me, and good friends. Get in touch, and I'll give you both your cuts. Sorry. Mekov. Chapter 1, Passage 1. They may as well have stolen breath from his lungs. The gambler saunters towards the sleeping ship, muscles taut with intent. To an onlooker, he must appear as a titan in spite of his slender frame, striding manfully towards his destiny, trapped in the docked galleon which marred the seaside horizon. Practiced fingers pass cards from one hand to the other as a trio of thugs emerge, eyes aflame. The first brushes the fringe of the gambler's waistcoat as he dodges without effort. A flick of a delicate wrist sends her toppling into the water. The second and third are dispatched with equal ease, barely slowing his ascent to the deck. He's close, so close he can taste it. He won't stop. He can't. His breath mists the morning sky. I'm coming for ya. Partner. Penned by the Stormlord. A handwritten note is scrawled below. Raffin, I told you to stop using that idiotic pen name, Misfortune. Ari 9-1. Notes. Only lost against Pike. Maybe bring my guns next time I play her? Sarah 7-3. Notes. Need to take my time. Everyone else rushes, even Ari sometimes. Alawi. Notes. Gets distracted easily. Get her talking about Buru philosophy and then I'll do it. Yasuo 5-5. Notes. Only plays while drunk. Wonder if his record would be better otherwise. Pike 3-7. Notes. All wins were his opponents forfeiting over fear of their safety. Doesn't scare me. Braum 0-10. Notes. Big guy needs to stop helping his opponent win. So pure. No matter how many times I play it, this damn song sounds dissonant. But Mother wants me to master it, and so I play it over and over, day in and day out. Practice, practice, practice. That's what Mother always says. Mother! She smothers me, always at my elbow, always criticizing. Again, she says. Again. Again. Mother calls me a prodigy, and that is why she insists on perfection. No matter how many times I perform it, it just doesn't please her. She watches from her chair with a slight frown and nothing more. I give anything to see her smile just once when the song ends. I'll practice until my fingers cramp, until I can't stand straight, until I perfected this piece. I'll perform something so exquisite, so flawless, she won't have anything to criticize ever again. That will show her. This will be my masterpiece.